What's up, everybody? Good evening. It is Friday night, and I suppose, this is the night after, or the day after the night before. It was a very, very difficult game for the Reds last night away at Manchester City. We're going to have a little look back at that one. We're going to have a talk about the transfer news that came out of Liverpool Football Club today. A couple of players on the way out of the club. Guys, welcome. I am Craig. This is the Anfield Agenda, and this, of course, is the Late Night Agenda. It's your show, guys. You let me know what you want to talk about. I've no doubt some people are going to want to vent about the game last night, but let's do so in a productive way. The game is in the past. There's nothing we can do to change it. I think we vented a little bit last night as well, so that was all good. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm back. I've got it all out of my system as well. I hope you guys have. I hope you've seen the little transfer video I put up earlier on with regards to Dominic Solanke heading off to Bournemouth. We'll go through that and a few more things as well, guys. Firstly, say hello to a few people. How are we? Stephanie, Tommy, Will, Levi, Robbie, Nathan, Mitchell, Clark, how are we? JO2LFC, James Doherty, Robbie. Sorry, so many people in the chat I can't keep up, guys. How are you? I hope you're all well. I hope you had a wonderful day today. It looks like your 6-year-old scribbled on your arms. Does it? Really? My fucking tattoos are class, mate. Honestly, 6-year-old scribbled on my arms. My tattoos are fucking class. But that's you gone. Anyway, Mitchell, you didn't last too long, pal, did you? New Craig, new 2019, remember? I'm not going to put up with any shit anymore, and I'm not going to waste time with trolls. I'm going to come in and say hello to you guys and give you guys my time. Good to see you back in Adidas, said Robbie. Thank you, pal. Let's talk about Solanke and Mike Edwards. We will do that, Nathan. Absolutely. We'll open up with that in a second, mate. I just want to go through a few more comments. Hello, Craig. Some nice money for Dominic Solanke. Loads of Timo Werner and Nabil Fekir rumours today. There are indeed, Louis. There are indeed. Guys, look. To start off tonight's stream, I suppose I want to have a little chat with my mods. So if you're there, mods, if you can just give me 2 seconds of your time. I owe you guys an apology, because I understand at times you're a little bit unsure of what I want or what we want when it comes to booting people out of the chat and trolls and abuse and stuff like that. And you know what, that's my fault. That's entirely my fault, so I sincerely apologise for that one. And I suppose we should really just clear this up so everybody knows. Sometimes I miss things in the chat, and that's why you guys are there and you do an amazing job, so thank you for that one. If there are things that I miss, I trust you guys implicitly. Sometimes I know I can be a little bit cranky, and I apologise for that one. But there's a couple of things really that gets people booted out. Abuse, as you know. Something that's happening a little bit more as well that you guys have picked up on, in fairness to you, is people just reposting the same thing over and over and over and over again. I agree, put those guys out of the chat. Anybody coming in with any homophobic, racial slurs, anything like that, religious slurs, you're right, boot them straight out of the chat again. What I want is, if people want to come in and banter though, if people want to come in and say, glory, glory, Man United, or people want to come in and say, up Spurs, or whatever it might be, just let it go a little bit further in that sense until perhaps they do cross that line. But other than that, guys, I understand that this is my fault. I should have been clear on this. Some mixed signals coming out at my end. So look, I apologise for that one. Thank you so much for all your help, mods. You're excuse me, you're amazing. So yeah, apologies on that one anyway. That was my fault. That's on me. If you are booting people out though, all I ask is that you don't just time them out for 300 seconds. Just boot them out. Just hide them completely from the chat. Or hide the comments from the channel, I think it is. That way we don't have to deal with them ever again. On that one again, thank you so much. And apologies if there was any miscommunications. That's my fault. I'll take that one on the chin and we'll push on. Bring in Austin, said Leon Can. Right, let's talk Dominic Solanke. First things first, top of the list today. Dominic Solanke, as we know, is now a Bournemouth player. Lots of talk about him going to Crystal Palace on loan. The medical was apparently done there. I don't know if that's true or that's not true, but apparently what stopped that deal going through was a worry about his fitness. I don't know. Didn't seem to stop Bournemouth. They moved very quickly today and got their man. £19 million for Dominic Solanke, rising to perhaps £23, £24 million with add-ons. I don't know what the clauses are for those add-ons, but they're usually quite achievable. And also I believe Liverpool do have a buyback clause in there, or at least a clause that gives them first refusal on Dominic Solanke if he does progress and become, I don't know, a Harry Kane-esque type forward of an English nature. Who else have we got today? Oh, yes, Nathaniel Klein as well. Nathaniel Klein has also followed him out the door, except he's gone on loan. So Nathaniel Klein is signed for Bournemouth on loan for the rest of the season. We'll talk a little bit more about Kleiny later on because it's pretty in-depth. We need to get into that one. But on this one, let's just see what you're feeling on Klein or on Solanke. The fee is fantastic. In my humble opinion, £19 million for a forward that scored one Premier League goal for a club. I think Mr. Edwards has played a blinder yet again. So again, guys, love to know your opinion. This is your show. I'm going to go through as many of your comments as I can. It's good to get as mixed an opinion on this as we can. Right, here we go. There was somebody else I missed a second ago. Larry Leach, how are you? All the way from Calgary, mate. Thank you for joining us again. Hope we never play that midfield again. Klopp went too safe against City, said James Doherty. Would love a midfield of Keita, Shaqiri and Fabinho, said Sam. Football fan says you're a great YouTuber, man. Very kind of you indeed, pal. Thank you. I love hearing stuff like that, obviously, because it makes me feel that all this is worth it. But thank you. That sounds a bit big-headed, didn't it? I love hearing all that shit. Tell me how great I am. That's not what I meant by that at all. But thank you for the kind words. Reading you loud and clear. Thank you. And again, I apologise to the mods if I was in any way... I was. It's not if. I was definitely giving out mixed signals at time. And you guys do an amazing job. And we couldn't do it without you. So thank you for all your help. Footy Boy Rock. Hey Craig, good evening. I think we should have all be a little... compact after equalising. We got a little carried away and thought we could nick a win, which left us a little open for the second goal. Yeah, I have to say, mate, when we did equalise, my head went straight back to the Etihad last year and the game of the Champions League, and I was thinking, go on. So I was sucked in, just like you said, mate. I was completely sucked into that one. So I get you. I get you. Klein likely to go out on loan. That's done, Ian. He's gone. Klein is signed for Bournemouth on loan. That's a done deal. He's gone there till the end of the season. 63 more subs, I know. Look at that number. 6,937 subscribers. 63 little subscribers away from hitting 7,000. I don't know if we can do it on this stream, but if you're watching and you want to make history with us here, because it is history, every 1,000 is a massive step for us. Please do hit that subscribe button, and of course you guys know by now. I don't even need to tell you. You drop so many likes on the stream that I'm almost embarrassed saying it these days. They're fantastic. Last night's late night agenda, by the way, over 6,500 views of last night's late night agenda. I think that's a record for a late night agenda. It was nuts. Well, look, a lot of people were just looking to vent as well. Klein is a Bournemouth player as well, said Liverpool fan, which he is. 19 million for Solanke is a great deal, said football fan. I think there'll be no January transfers, said James Delia. A lot of money for Solanke, said John Downey. John, it is, mate, isn't it? It really is. He's unproven. Yeah, you do have that kind of English tax, if you want to say, because he's a homegrown player, so that does help you when you're bringing in somebody. But 19 million is a lot of money, and Bournemouth have paid us a lot of money for players. We sold him Young Smith. I think we got 5 or 6 million for him. Then we sold him Jordan Ibe as well. And I can't remember how much we got for Ibe, but it was certainly in the teens of millions. And then we sold him Dominic Solanke for 19 million, rising up to 23. I don't know. Michael Edwards is doing some job. That's all I'm going to say. Fair play to the man. There used to be a time where we couldn't give away the surplus players. We ended up paying half their wages, sending them on loans to clubs that were agreeing to buy them or doing deals agreeing to buy them, and never actually bought them in the end. And we were stuck with these players running down really, really heavily paid contracts that nobody else would take on. So now we have FSG and we've got Michael Edwards in, and the deals that the club are doing are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Somebody put up something earlier on that said with some of the I don't want to use the phrase dead wood we've moved on, because that's very, very harsh on the players. But moving on, the likes of Benteke, Solanke and other players, I think 20 something million on top of that has got us the front three that we have now. It's unbelievable stuff. What was that one? 10-4 on that, good buddy, thank you. I was wondering what's 10-4, and then I remembered it's a trucker thing, isn't it? With the little walkie-talkies. 10-4 buddy, 10-4. So I got you in the end. I'm not as dense as I like to think. Claire, yes, Klein has gone, my friend. He has gone to Bournemouth on loan for the rest of the season. Nothing about a loan to buy that I've heard anyway. But yeah, he's definitely gone on loan for the rest of the season. We'll get to Kleiny, because I think Kleiny deserves a section all to himself in this stream, because there's a lot to get through there. I'm still baffled to this day. Hello everyone, said Stephen Taggart. How are you, pal? Great to have you on. We could put that money towards Timo Werner, said Stevie Richards. Yeah, sorry, that graphic is Connor, you're right. The graphic, we played 21, you're right, but Connor isn't here. Larry, sorry. This is why you have me today. I'm just trying to make do with what we have. Connor is on his way back from Dublin from college. And you're right, he didn't notice that he didn't change to the 21, he changed the rest of them, but we'll give him a pass, Larry, because he's so fucking busy at the minute. I'm just grateful that Connor manages to get the images done. I know how busy he is, so from to be able to do what I appreciate it. But yeah, you're right, it is, for anyone who was looking, it is 21 games played, of course, for Liverpool. That's our bad. I think we'll sign somebody in this window. Too many players being sold for no one to come in. I hope it's a player like Werner or Ziyech, because Fekir seems 100% over according to journos. Said LFC underscore 5. John Hayden said Liverpool have made 40 million off Bournemouth for 4 players. Not too shabby, pal, is it? Not too shabby at all. Philip Lindsay wants to talk about Werner, not this window, somewhere more likely. Again, we will move on to talk about Timo Werner. I just want to see what you guys think about the figure so far for young Dominic Solanke. There's a rumour that Barca or Real Madrid will... Yeah, we spoke about that one. Will want Salah if he scores 25 goals. It's not happening. Liverpool the best for a couple of reasons. One, we know that if Barcelona come back in for any of our players before 2020, there's this agreement in place that they have to pay 100 million quid on top of the price of the player. So they ain't going to do that. Nobody can say for sure what will happen with Real Madrid, but it seems really silly that they put this mad number on it of 25 goals, doesn't it? What if he hits 24? Is that it then? The deal's dead in the water and there's no interest in him? It seems a crazy number and a bit of a bullshit rumour. And I read it myself the other day and I think I mentioned it on here. It just doesn't seem to make much sense, pal. Dear trolls, don't fuck with the ultras, said Stephen Richards. Noel Concannon, excuse me. Solanke deal is a great deal all around, but surprised by Klein leaving, thought we might need him at some stages this season. Yeah, again, I'm shocked, Noel. I'm absolutely shocked by this. All I can think of is that there must be a deal in place. Now, taking that in mind, I do know, and you've probably read, that Klopp is seriously considering bringing young Ki-Jana Hoover into the FA Cup squad for the game against Wolves on Monday. That's been put around by a few journalists today. He's only 16 years of age. The young guy who we brought in from Ajax, we spoke about him recently on the show as well. He is being considered at 16 years of age to be put in that squad for the game away against Wolves. That's a massive backing from the manager right there. Right. I think I'm going to start getting trigger happy, guys. I'm not going to read out negative comments anymore because I don't want to give people the time of day. I made you guys a promise with my New Year's resolutions. I can see a few here, so I'm just going to remove them myself. He's gone. Liverpool love the South Coast. Buy off Southampton. We'll see our fringe players to Bournemouth, or we'll sell our fringe players to Bournemouth. Yeah, that's true. I never thought of it from that sense, Tom. You're right, pal. We bring them in from Southampton and then ship them out to Bournemouth. That's a fair point. You've nailed it. Mo Patel said a defeat at City happens. We've beaten them like 4 times in a row now, I think. On that, yeah, you're right. It's really tough, isn't it? Because the wave that we were on was fantastic. We were absolutely flying. The club was on cloud 9. The fans thought we could never lose. We were playing some fantastic football. Arsenal had the cheek to go 1-0 up against us. We went back and destroyed them. But let's put this in context. As you've rightly said, mate, we went 20 games unbeaten. The 21st game of the season, we go away to the Etihad to play the defending champions in what is probably our toughest game of the season. And we lost by 2-1. Manchester City became the first team this season to manage to score 2 goals against Liverpool, which means we've conceded 10 in 21 games now. Absolutely madness. 54 points after 21 games as well, which we know is a record for Liverpool. Look, guys, it's tough to be critical. It was a game that was small margins. The rub of a ball off a post one way or the other could have decided the game. Mane's could have gone in, the ball could have gone over the line, Sane's could have clipped off the post. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Sane's goal actually hit off, I think it was Trent's studs as it went under his boot, which moved the ball slightly. And I'm not saying Alisson might have got to it, I'm not saying the ball might have gone further wide or even closer into the inside of the goal, I don't know. But these small little things. And then when we had John Stones clearing his own fuck up off the line, instead of it ricocheting off Mo Salah's legs, it goes through his fucking legs. They're the smallest little margins that we're talking about here between Liverpool going to the Etihad and getting a draw, perhaps even a win, and ending up with a loss. There's no need for our heads to fall off. We've got a team to be proud of. We've got a group of players that we know are different to those before. People are worried about us choking. Don't be. You just need to look at these players and know that they are there to be determined. You heard Virgil van Dijk talking today to say, yes, they understand it was a loss. They'll come back from it. They got themselves into this position. One loss isn't going to derail our entire season. And they'll be ready to go for Brighton when that game comes around. And when we put 3 points on the board there, again, we're still in a good position. So I guess all I'm trying to say is I fully understand every single person who needs to vent last night. I get it. I was myself on the watch along. If you watch it, I was pretty pissed off at times on that. But at the same time, there's no need to put these things out of context altogether. As Rod likes to tell us when he's watching the streams, sometimes it's just about perception and just about expectations as well. And I went into that game last night not expecting us to win. I went in hoping we could win. I went in hoping for a point, but I didn't go in expecting we could win. Or expecting to win, excuse me. So perhaps maybe the blow was a bit softened for me personally. I know a lot of people thought that was going to be an easy game for the Reds last night, which I never understood personally. But relax, that's all I'm trying to say. I'd love to know how you're all feeling today. There's been some amazing comments as well. You guys have given me some amazing perceptions or some amazing angles of things that I haven't thought about. And we all help each other on here as well. So all I'm trying to say to everyone today is, let's just bring it back down a little notch, because there was some craziness last night. 7k by the end of the stream, said John Downey. Come on lads, 7k subs are easy, said Free Trickers. It's 59 away. I'm so nervous. I hope we get there on the stream. I'm about okay, sorry, yeah, the amount of shit our players got from rival fans is absolutely disgusting. Also same goes for those fans who are sending love and death threats. Yes, I'm not going to say he is shit, Louis, because I don't think he is shit. He didn't play well yesterday, but there's no need for that whatsoever, which I agree with. There's absolutely no need for it. That's ridiculous. Would you say this to the man's face, or to Henderson's face, or whoever you're upset with? You wouldn't. So why post it on social media? I'm happy for Solanke, said Claire. He'll be a great player. He just can't get a game in the first team at the moment. Yeah, I think our success has actually gone against Solanke this year. Perhaps if we were down in 4th, 5th place, there might have been more of a chance of him playing. But, you know, the stakes are pretty high for Liverpool at the minute. And as much as Klopp likes the guy, because he clearly does, because he trusted him last year as well, yeah, he must. I trust Klopp. I don't know what else to say. I trust Klopp. I wish Dominic Solanke every success. I honestly do. The same with Danny Ings when he moved on. I hope they go on and do really, really well in their careers. Two lovely fellas, and didn't disrespect the club in any way while they were here. Spoke very highly of the club again today when he was leaving. So nothing but the best for Dominic Solanke. 19 million to possible 25 with add-on, said Mo Patel. 19 million is a good way to launder money, said David Davies. Mate, don't let the rat out of the bag. Shush. We're not going full on Manchester City on this one. Shh, relax. Our Dutch under 16 right back should get a few minutes on Monday night, said Recessionizer. I mentioned you probably put that in before I mentioned it, buddy. But yeah, he may well be in the squad for the game against Wolves on Monday night. Interesting to see if Kloppo does go with him. He's very highly thought of, clearly. But what else we got? Klein move doesn't seem wise, said Tom P. I'm baffled, Tom. I want to dedicate a whole section to him, so maybe give me 15 minutes and I'm going to come back to it, because Kleiny does deserve an entire section to himself, because like all of you, Claire when she came in couldn't believe it as well. I'm baffled. I'm genuinely baffled by what's going on there. 13 million for Ibe, 15 million for Ibe. It was in and around that, wasn't it? It was in the lower mid-teens, which was a lot of money at that time for Jordan Ibe. Hi Craig, hope you had a good day. Fantastic business with Solanke. Sure we'll sign at least one this month. Where's the Michael Edwards statue? And he you know what? Connor's not too far away from making him a statue at this moment in time. Isn't it so funny how far we've come from the days? And I'm not slagging off Enair because I actually really like Enair. But we just seem to be different. We just seem to be taken more seriously. And we seem to be getting things done a lot quicker these days. So that can only be down to Michael Edwards and his team. John Downey said, yeah, I feel exactly like you, Craig. Just relax, everybody. Don't wind yourselves up too much. It was one game. One game. That was it. It's done and dusted now. We can't do anything. We weren't embarrassed. We went and we lost 2-1 in a very, very tough, competitive game. A lot of respect shown by both teams for each other. And look, you can see how much that meant to Manchester City last night. They knew that was massive to them. The celebrations after that game just told you how much it meant to them, which let you know how much of A threat we are at this moment in time to them and of course anybody else in the league. When is the Wolves game? Monday night, mate, 8 o'clock. Lovren had a bad game. Best players have bad games. Lovren's a great defender, said Ella. Look, on Dejan Lovren and on Jordan Henderson, this is my perception of things. Can we deny that they've had poor games at times? No, they haven't. But what pisses me off in these situations is, where were people when Dejan Lovren banged one in the top corner against Newcastle? Guarantee you all the Dejan Lovren haters celebrated that one. Same with Jordan Henderson. When we've got a bad game, those two get targeted and those two get singled out for abuse. But when we put in a fantastic performance and we play really well, where's the love for Lovren? Where's the love for Henderson? There's just no fairness there whatsoever. Yes, nobody's infallible and everybody can be critiqued. But you've got to go the other way as well. If they put in a good performance, you've got to be willing to say well done. And Jordan Henderson and Dejan Lovren have put in those good performances. Shaqiri needs to start against the big team, said Dwayne. Temporary insanity on social media again, said David Davies. It can be tough on there, pal. It can be tough at times, particularly after a defeat. I hope Origi plays on Monday, said Liverpool fan 10. Origi, where's his comment gone? Where is his comment gone? We're gonna smash us 8-0 if you think we should start 17-year-olds in every fucking position. Mate, do you know what? Again, you're not a troll, so I'm going to be careful about this one. I don't give a fuck about the FA Cup in all honesty, pal. I don't care. I want us to win the league and I wouldn't mind us going far in the Champions League, but I don't care who Klopp plays in the FA Cup. I trust them. I want us to give younger players a chance. There's no way we're ever getting beaten 8-0, by the way, ever, no matter who we play. And the only way these players are going to ever gain experience is by playing. So it's okay having, players coming through who are young and who are promising, but they've got to get big match experience. And if Jurgen Klopp thinks that this is the game to play them in, then I back him. That's just my view on it. Klein may move down to players genuinely needing to play time and Liverpool respecting his wishes. Werner is not bad, said Liverpool. He's fucking brilliant, to be fair. On the Solanke sale, I think it's a really good bit of business for LFC, Bournemouth and Solanke. And you know what? There's been a very, very nice reaction to this on social media today from Liverpool fans. They've all just wished him well. Everybody understands it was just one of those situations that perhaps didn't work out for Solanke. Wrong time, wrong place, a little bit too early in his career perhaps. Maybe that's Liverpool's fault for bringing him in at the time. I don't know. All I can say is it's good to see the reaction from the club, from Solanke, and of course his new club Bournemouth. They've moved on, or they're going to move on, Jermaine Defoe up to Rangers, so that obviously frees up a spot there for him. And playing alongside perhaps Callum Wilson there, they'll probably play quite well together there and he'll learn a lot. So again, nothing but respect and wish him nothing but the best. City busted a gut to beat us. We didn't really hit top gear, said Maverick. And look, on the game again, no excuses for me whatsoever. I mean, Manchester City won, fair play to them. I'm not one for sour grapes, really. Yes, we'll talk about the decision by the referee, but that's not Manchester City's fault. At the end of the day, they can't control the referee either. So they won. There was no cheating involved in the game. 2 goals were sound. They did their thing. And fair play to them. No sour grapes for me on losing. Craig, I think we're going to get smashed 8-0 by Wolves. I think I've already read. Yeah, you've read that one twice, mate. This is what I'm saying. We don't keep putting in the same post over and over again, guys, please. Because it just stops other people's chat going in. Christopher McVicker. Liverpool in all competitions played 28, won 20, drawn 3, lost 5. Goals for 59, goals against 19. Thank you, pal. I'd love Werner, makes more sense. What do you guys think with it? 4-2-3-1. What's the latest on Fekir and Werner? Give me 5 minutes. Well, no, I have to go through Nathaniel Klein, but I have stuff to come to. Don't worry. I'm not going to just talk about players leaving the club. I have a few little bits and pieces about incomings as well, and I'll get to them soon enough, guys. I'm a transfer hound, like I've said, so believe me, I've spent the day today going around looking at the rumours, trying to find out what I can for you guys, and I'm sure you've got some information for me as well, and maybe together we can put this all in and come up with a picture and try and convince ourselves of something. Hendo was good yesterday, Lovren was bad. But he's done well this season for a 4-choice centre-back. People tend to forget that last year, Champions League at Etihad, Lovren stepped up and VVD struggled a bit. You know what, mate? Fair play to you for that comment. Really, really well thought out, well articulated comment. So yeah, fair play. And you can say he had a bad game because that's true. He made some mistakes, but like you've rightly pointed out there, pal, he stepped up many times over the last year. To all the Lovren haters, who would you have played last night instead of him, and who've been better? To Crosby Red, exactly. There was nobody there. You can talk about playing Fabinho at centre back, but how is that any less of a gamble than playing Dejan Lovren at centre back? It would make no sense. I do think, by the way, that we improved when we brought on Fabinho, just because I thought it gave us a bit more, put us on the front foot a little bit more. Lovren and Hendo were always the scapegoats. Bobby, Mane, Salah and VVD have had disappointing games this season, but Lovren and Hendo are always blamed for bad performances. Absolutely, Harry. Mane has had bad games. I've called him out on a few as well. As much as I love Bobby and he's my favourite player, he's had bad games as well. Nobody is going to go through a season without having a rocky patch. But it's our job to stand by them, let the players know we've got their back. We know they have the quality to get through these little blips. They wouldn't be at a club at this level if they didn't. We've seen the best of all of these players. We've seen Degsy Lovren rise like a leaping salmon to score against Borussia Dortmund in that amazing game. Degsy Lovren did that. Dejan Lovren banged one in top bins against Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. He does not do everything bad. He just got caught out a couple of times, and it happens to the best of us. Craig, do you think you would have 6,900 subs in January? No, I didn't. I thought if you got to 5,000 at the end of the season, that would have been sound. Now, obviously, we're getting greedy and we're going to try and hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. But do you know what? If we don't, every subscriber from here on out is a bonus. Every single person is a bonus. If VAR went, it was a straight red, said Scotty. I was actually having that discussion with somebody today. Somebody posted up about the tackle last night from Mighty Mouse, and then the tackle from VVD against, was it Dries Mertens in the Napoli game? And someone tried to compare the two tackles with a still image, but it was a very unfair comparison, excuse me. The VVD challenge, he won the ball, and yes, he went through and caught Mertens on the ankle. No denying that whatsoever. But the ball was won, the intent was there. And it was the two angles the players were running at that caused them to come in at a 90-degree angle. And it was unfortunate. And yes, he probably should have got a booking. I can't remember if he did get a booking, but a yellow card was probably fair to Van Dijk in that one, even though he won the ball. Yesterday, what we'd seen was Mohamed Salah just about to break through. I think he got the nick on the ball beforehand, if memory serves correct. And then we seen a completely out of control Mighty Mouse come flying in with his studs up, catch him above the ankle. And as Klopp said, if Mohamed Salah's foot had have been planted, if his feet were on the ground there, that was an ankle breaker. It was only the fact that he was mid-air when he was caught, or his foot was lifted off the ground and his studs weren't planted in the grass, that stopped him having a much more serious injury. That was a definite red. And to compare those two challenges is stupid, because one, Company was last man, so there was no way that when Salah got past him he wasn't in on goal. Van Dijk's challenge on Mertens was completely different. That's just my opinion on it. So sometimes I talk about stats and people using stats to compare things when they don't make sense. I tend to stay away from stats because I'm not qualified to talk about them. But in these situations, you can't use two still images to compare the same thing. It doesn't matter. Craig, did you think you'd have not? I've done that one already. I love Henderson to lift the Premier League trophy. He's a top class player. He will be, mate. Don't worry. He'll be lifting that trophy and we'll all get a little smile out of it. Hey Craig, how do you feel about Keita's time at Liverpool so far? Hope he gets a run of games soon. Much love from Houston, Texas, said Garrett Meyer. Thank you, Garrett. It's a tough one, buddy, isn't it? It's a really tough one to gauge because he hasn't got that run of games yet. You've seen flashes of the capability of Naby Keita. I love the guy. I'm very, very fond of him. I think when he settles, he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the league. That's how much I rate the guy. But between injuries and perhaps not being up to speed on his fitness, or perhaps not being up to speed on Jurgen Klopp's system, he hasn't had a chance yet to bet himself in properly. A long time to go still in the season. I mean, we spoke about Fabinho only a few weeks ago not being introduced yet, and now he's already kind of settled himself into the team, and we've seen the level of performances that we know he's been capable of. So like you, buddy, I hope that time comes soon, and I think he'll do very, very well for us. Really a stupid business, by the way, by the club to get him in. Hendo got blamed for no reason yesterday. He was one of our best players, but some have an agenda against the man, and that's coming from someone who ain't Hendo's biggest fan, said Furno. The difference with their pal is with you can speak honestly about that and say, do you know what, sometimes I'm wrong, or I'm not Hendo's biggest fan, but I'm not afraid to give him credit where it's due. And there's nothing wrong with that, pal. That's you being an honest fella. Some people just won't give him that credit, though, or anybody. Once they make their mind up about somebody, there's no going back. There's no admitting they had a good performance. There's no admitting they've improved. None of that. It's just wait for the next fuck up and then dive in on them. The way we played Chelsea is the same fixture when Steven Gerrard slipped. Not the time we played Chelsea is the same fixture. I'm not sure what you mean, Rian, mate. I don't want to go into Gerrard slip, obviously, but I don't know what you mean with your comment there. If you want to put it back in, buddy, or perhaps clear it up, happy to read it out. Degsy always scores after the game when he fucks up into Claire. We should be used to it by now. Oh, Degsy always scores and then the next game he fucks up in. Sorry, Claire, I read that wrong. We should be used to it by now. We did not lose last night because of Lovren any more than because Mane didn't score when he could have, said Crosby Red. We lost as a team. We win as a team. We move on as a team. That's the way I look at it. Those group of players are together. They're a unit. They back each other. If one of them fucks up, they all fuck up. If one of them score, they all score. And they celebrate together. They commiserate together. They plan together. They do everything together because that's the type of group that they are. And you know what? I fucking love those boys. I love each and every one of those boys. Even Mignolet, because I've been so impressed. And anybody who was wondering why I say even Mignolet, I've been very, very anti-Simon Mignolet for quite a long time. But I've been very impressed with the professionalism he's shown this year. He hasn't been getting a game, but he's been supportive on social media. He's been behind the guys, and you couldn't ask any more. James Doherty thinks Werner looks a little bit too one-footed, but a good foot. Vamos Liverpool. I wish I could read out the rest of that one, buddy. I think it says Vamos Liverpool. Come on, Liverpool, champions of the league. I hope that's what it means, Neto, but it's a beautiful comment, mate. Thank you. We need a new centre-back ASAP. No, we don't. We already have. Well, on the centre-back situation, hand on heart, I would say I would move one of them on in the summer. I would either move, and I've said this for weeks, by the way, Joel Matip, or I'd move on Dejan Lovren. I think the two that we have, the two first choice, are quality, and one more, and then a little drop back to the fourth one. So I'll leave that up to Jurgen Klopp. If Jurgen Klopp goes through next summer and he believes that he's happy with the centre backs, then you know what? Who am I to second guess him? Do you think we'll get a backup left back this window? Yes, I do. I think we're looking at that fella. I don't know if he's actually a left back or a right back. That guy from Bristol City, Lloyd. Is it Lloyd? Lloyd Samuel? I can't remember the fucking guy's name. Lloyd something, or something Lloyd. Yeah, I think we're gonna get him in this window. Honestly, I do. I've nothing to base that on. Like, I've no proof on that one, but just what I'm reading about. It makes sense. And then we've got that young guy as well. We can't just push aside Keane Hoover. He's obviously very highly thought of at the club. So maybe Klopp is just steering a little pathway through for him. Maybe he'll give him a game or two before the season's out. Even just get him in and around the first team, which can sometimes be a little sign that he's in the manager's thoughts, and he just wants him in and around the first team on a match day to get used to the experience, to get used to what players do, to get used to the routine, all that type of stuff. Craig, do you think us not going for Pulisic is an indication Klopp has his sights on Dembele? No. My opinion would be no, but I think he must have a sight on somebody. I just can't see that being Dembele. You're talking about a serious amount of money to get Dembele from Barcelona to Liverpool or anywhere at this moment in time. It's just money I don't see us spending. I'm trying to find your comment again because there was a second part of it, and I apologise that I've missed it. So I'm trying to find it there. Bear with me. Fucking hell, how am I that far away? Sorry, guys. Oh, there we go. No, there wasn't actually a second part of it. No, Neil, I don't, mate. But I do think somebody's going to come in. I think we're going to bring in a 10 or a wide forward. I feel we have to, if I'm being honest. I think it's gone past need to. I think we have to. But I honestly don't believe it's going to be until the summer. Whether a deal's done in January or not, we'll wait and see. And we'll get to that a little bit later on in more detail. Werner's both footed. I saw him score goals with his left, said Furno. He should have been sent off, said Foon Jung Meng. Difference between VVD tackling Companies is VVD got the ball fairly, a yellow perhaps. Company didn't get the ball clean through. It's a red. Jaden 34 Powell thinks Liverpool are going to sign Timo Werner tomorrow for £40 million. I fucking love that to be true, mate. I hope you're spot on. In total fairness, as much as I can be, company should have got a red, said Claire. Absolutely. I was adamant about it at the time. Adamant. You could see it clean through. If that went to VAR, if VAR was being used, that was a red all day. Without a shadow of a doubt, that was a red. No one is bigger head than company. It's a caricature. Yeah, I was really pissed off by his smirking and stuff after the game yesterday. That really wound me up. Matip is still injured. He is. Him and Gomez are going to be out for another 2 or 3 weeks, perhaps. Masterson and Phillips are centre backs who he could come through, of course. Which one of those is coming back from an injury though? Is it Connor Masterson? I think is Phillips was out. He's come back now, and I think young Connor Masterson picked up an injury in the mini derby. I think he might still be out. I play Keita on Monday, said Stephen Richards. I think you probably see that happening, Stephen, to be honest, because he needs minutes. I'm disappointed with Keita's progress, but I know he's in good hands, said Got Cool. Was it Mr. Crime? Mr. Crime SB said, hey guys from Croatia. Can we talk about how slow Firmino is? I'm losing hair watching him being late to pick easy balls. I've never noticed his pace or his lack of pace, if I'm being honest. Maybe there are people here that have an opinion on his pace. I love his work rate. I love just his all-round work rate and everything he does for the team. If he isn't the fastest player in the world, then do you know what? I'm willing to put up with that. That's just me, mate. But I love the guy. Maybe I'm a little bit biased towards him. I don't know. Maybe other people can come in on this one. You can see the next best Navi this season. Mark my words. Kev has put the Instagram link in there, by the way. If anybody wants to give us a follow on Instagram, Kev has put the link in there. It's just Anfield Agenda on Instagram, so really nice and really simple to follow. Guys, again, shout out if you are watching and you haven't yet hit the subscribe button. 54 little subscribes to go before we hit 7,000. Can we do it on this stream? I really hope we can, because we all need a bit of a pick me up, don't we? So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. We have an hour and 15 minutes to get this done. So 54 subscribers in 75 minutes. We're just over one every minute. So come on, guys, if you're watching, be a superstar and hit that button. No Hendo hate, but he was not great yesterday, said Maverick. I think Hendo had a fine game yesterday, better than Genie, weirdly, and defo better than Milner as the starting midfield, said Claire. Yeah, I think James Milner wasn't at his best yesterday, if you're looking for my opinion on it. But I put that down to just the fact that he's coming back from that little niggle in his back, and that he just wasn't into the rhythm of playing. But looking back at the game, and I did watch it again today, I thought Andy Robertson was sensational. And do you know what? I didn't give him enough credit when I watched the game the first time. It was only when I watched the back I seen quite how fucking good Andy Robertson was. He was sensational yesterday. Absolutely sensational. If you had to choose from playing Lovren or an injured Joe Gomez next game in the Premier League, would you equip Gomez with... It's just a stupid comment again. Gone. Why does it say P20 for Liverpool? We went through this already, David. Connor just made a mistake, mate. Simple as that. Simple as. Connor made a mistake and forgot to update Liverpool's to 21 games. There's nothing more devious to it than that. Liverpool will win the league, said Philip C. I hope so, pal. And I love the optimism. Charlene is in. How are you, Charlene? I've seen people saying they hope Hendo breaks his legs and never plays football again. Dirty rats, they ain't true Liverpool fans. Look, fuck them. Let's move on from that negativity. Move towards something positive. Look, Nathaniel Klein. We said we were going to have a chat about him. Now seems the perfect time to do so. He's moved on to Bournemouth on loan for the rest of the season. This, I won't say bugs me, but it intrigues me for a couple of reasons. One, why just move him out on loan? If he's got no future at the club, sell him. Sending him out on loan for 6 months just allows his contract to run down a bit more. And what's going on with Nathaniel Klein as well? If he's fit, why isn't he in the squad? Nobody's saying he should be playing every game, but he's certainly good enough to be rotating in, isn't he? You'd imagine that maybe rest Kleiny, or rest Trent, rest Robbo, push him across there. You would imagine that somebody of Nathaniel Klein's quality, and when he came in against United, I thought he was fantastic. Why is he being moved on? Has he had a falling out with the manager? Is it like somebody suggested earlier on that perhaps he just wants more game time? but he isn't really at the end of his career yet because he's only in his late 20s, like 27, 28, something like that. So he probably has 4 more years left in his career, maybe more. I'm truly baffled by the whole Nathaniel Klein thing. And I don't want to just guess because it's not fair of me to do so, and he deserves more respect than that. But it's a strange one. Why move on somebody of that quality on loan when you're in a title run in? I just don't understand it, guys. I'm very, very perplexed by this one. I saw the Man City money scandal on Sky Sports today. Just interesting. The big news people are talking about it. They're barely talking about it though, Robbie. Barely. I seen it buried in the football section of their website. This should be big news. This should be headline news that they could face a ban from European competition if what's being alleged is true. And look, they're investigating it. Let's just wait and see what happens. But if we're being honest, we're not really holding our breaths on this one because there'll be a fucking halfway house again, like there always is. There'll be a fine, a massive ban. The ban will be pulled back. That'll be appealed, and it'll end up being a farce, as it always is, because UEFA haven't got the nuts to deal with these things properly. Thought Fernandinho should have been sent off for hitting Robertson on the head with his arm, said PH. Stephen Richards' team prediction for the game against Wolves. SpongeBob, which is of course Mignolet, Trent, Phillips, VVD, Moreno, Fabinho, Keita, Sturridge, Origi, Shaqiri, Milner, not in that order. Liverpool is a family. We should not blame players. We are a team, said Subi. Craig, you've been anti everyone, Miggs, Origi, etc. Not really anti Origi. I just don't think he's good enough. I mean, the difference with Mignolet was if I had hair, mate, I'd have been completely pulling it out. I've been extremely anti Simon Mignolet for a long time. Origi, I just never thought was good enough. There's a difference between anti him and just not thinking he's good enough. I love the way you put in two players and then etc. Like there's more. I don't know anybody else who've been that way about. We've the best manager in years, said Philip. Craig, is Gomez close to a comeback? Meanwhile, I'm happy that we've got Lovren. He got my support like the rest of the squad, said Senior Alflamo. I think he's 3 weeks away, but I couldn't say for certain. I think he's around 3 weeks away though. I like you guys, I'm just counting the minutes. And the same for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I cannot wait for him to come back in. Some of our fan base is embarrassing, Craig. Lovren's our third choice centre back and walks into 90% of the teams in the Premier League. Exactly, Paul. Very well said. Some people have short memories, mate. We have Brewster, Bobby Duncan and Plitzel, or whatever his name is, in our youth team. Great future ahead, said Ferno. 28, 27. Some people are putting in different ages for Klein, but yeah, he's in and around that. Can we recall Klein if needed? The honest answer for me, David, is I don't know, mate. I couldn't tell you. I'd be guessing if I told you that. Craig, do you think we will sign anybody? Yes, James, I do. But I don't think... Well, unless we sign that young fullback, I don't think we'll be bringing anybody in this window. But again, it's just guesswork. I know a lot of people want us to get on and talk about Timo Werner, and don't worry, I'll be there very soon, and we will be talking about him. I just want to get through some more Klein comments, because I know I have to skip down for the chat to get to them, so... you can't sell him as the loan club may want to delay payment till the end of year. It's not a loan to buy though, mate. It's just a straight loan deal, so it doesn't really make much sense. If you'd imagine if you're sending him out on loan and they're going to take him, you would put it in the contract as a loan to buy. He performs every 6 months. He plays X amount of games. He plays well. You buy him. The way it is now, that I read it, we've just sent him out on loan. I'm very annoyed with Klein going and was about to throw my phone into the wall, but I trust Klopp's decisions and have faith with Hoover. I'm a bit nervous about a 16-year-old kid coming into the first team. Not that I doubt the chap's ability, not at all. I just think it's a lot to ask of a 16-year-old kid at this level. But who am I? I trust Jurgen Klopp like everybody else. Craig, I think it might be because we've got Milner and Fabinho right now, can also cover it right back, but I agree it's a little bit strange. 19 million for Solanke is great business by Michael Edwards, said Anfield buy at 9. Trust in Klopp, Craig, said Niall. I do, mate, 100%. Love the dude. City liable to get a transfer ban at the end of the day, said Maverick. I think it's a European ban, buddy, that they're liable to get, which would be funny if it happened, but it probably won't. How come fuck all is going to happen with City with regards to FFP? They're investigating it as we speak, Christopher. Um, I can't really say much more than that because I'd be just guessing. But there was a lot of stuff in that Der Spiegel articles that was printed out in black and white basically, and they're looking into the whole thing around their transfer dealings. There was an allegation that they take 69 or something million, something like that, in from Etihad each year in sponsorship. There was accusations in the Der Spiegel article that they only actually get 8 from Etihad, and the other 60 whatever 61 odd million is given to them by Sheikh Mansour, but it's put into some dummy company and it's sent around the world and then it's brought back in through another feeder company or something, and it goes into City that way. But it actually has nothing to do with Etihad. Again, allegations. I don't want to always trust Klopp. He's 90% of the time made the right decisions, but constantly starting Hendo is just strange. I don't think it is, David. Personally, the English manager rated him, Brendan Rodgers rated him, Steven Gerrard rated him, the manager at Sunderland at the time rated him. All of these people can't be wrong, and they've seen players at the highest level. Lovren should have been sent off because of how bad he is. Free triggers, right? You're gone. I'm just going literally trigger happy now. I'm not putting up with any more people's silliness. We've a brilliant chat in here full of amazing people. I'm not putting up with shit for people just wanting to get a slight dig in against our players. I'm not even going to go through it and get angry anymore. You're just getting kicked out. Whether you've been here 10 months or a day, it doesn't make any difference. Any of this type of shit just gets booted out. Here's a stat. Liverpool have lost just 4 of their last 50 games, dating back to October 17th, said Cahill. That's crazy. That is crazy. I think that's fucking nuts, isn't it? I think James Pearce put out an article saying we hadn't lost in the league since last March or something like that. I may be wrong. I usually am, but I think I read that it was last March, something like that. Who are the right back, left back possibilities as backup? Said Claire. Coming through the youth system, other than your man Hoover, Claire, I'm useless. I'm honestly useless when it comes to this. I don't know who the fullbacks are that are coming through the under 18s, 19s, 20s. I'm sure somebody in here is a lot better than I am with regard to the youth system and can probably give you answers there. Gomez, according to Redman TV, is back in training in a couple of weeks' time, which again would be class. Kind of what I said though. I did say 2 or 3 weeks, but I was just guessing. Redman may well have more information on that than me. What's the meaning behind your tattoos? There's none. Honestly, I wish there was meaning behind them or they meant something. I've one on my leg that means something, but the ones on my arm, absolutely no meaning whatsoever. I do have the date I was married on my arm in some Roman numerals, and I've got the 2 times that my children were born tattooed on my wrists. But other than that, there's most of it doesn't mean anything. It's just stuff I liked. Hello from Calgary, Craig. We're having a heat wave at the moment. Oh, +6, normally -20. You got me there, Christian. I was thinking, oh, hello, Calgary, all around in the shorts having a barbecue, but no, it's just not quite as cold as it normally is. Manchester City game was PSG away, Need Fekir equivalent. Now we're in the summer. Yeah, it was a very Liverpool-esque in Europe this year performance, wasn't it? It just had little bits of what we can do, but just didn't have the whole package. No, you can't recall Klein once on loan, said Maverick. I would much rather play Lewis than Moreno, said Ferno. Again, what's going to happen with Moreno? Are we going to see him move on in this window? It's gone a little bit quiet. Links of him going back to Sevilla, of course, as well. There was some really, really speculative links linking him with a move to Arsenal because of the whole Unai Emery thing. I think that might be just lazy journalism. Ake said welcome to Bournemouth to Solanke today, so that's not true. I don't know what you mean, football fan. Aki said welcome to Bournemouth to Solanke today, so that's not true. You've lost me, pal. He's already there, he signed a deal. I don't know what else you mean. Craig, do you have a liverbird tattoo? Yes, sort of. Well, yeah, I do have a liverbird on my leg, but it's part of a tattoo. Hendo was a good game against City, but got some stick. Makes no sense, said Andre. That makes sense, mate, because we lost and people go straight for Henderson and Lovren when we lose. No matter what, those two, bang, you're a fault. That's it. The knives come out when we win. They don't get any love whatsoever. What make is your new TV? It's a Sharp, mate. Sharp. I've already got the anti-United nonsense from somebody who said, I said, okay, do you know what I'll do? I'll put a bit of tape over the Sharp so we can't see the writing on it. Will that do? Okay. What else have we got? Any LFC tattoos? Yes, the one on my leg. Just to give you a brief description, because I don't want to whip out a picture again. It's basically, do you know the Owen McVeigh Foundation's banner, where there's a father and the son walking hand in hand? Well, it's basically myself and Lucas walking hand in hand, but Lucas is a gingerbread man, Lucas being my son. We're walking on a road that's made up of the autism jigsaw pieces, so that's the pathway, and the end of that pathway is the Liverpool. So it's basically me and my son Lucas walking hand in hand on the road of autism together, and Liverpool being the shiny beacon of hope, I suppose, at the end of it. Meigs may play against Wolves, possibly. Maverick, I don't know. You'd have to give him some minutes though. You can't keep him in the entire season and just give him nothing. Although, did he play in the League Cup game? I can't remember. I can't remember who played in that. It was so far back. Harry Wilson might be worth calling back, even if he gets a couple of games. I think he's already been promised that they're not calling him back. I think they've already said that to Frank Lampard. I think it was near enough a perfect away performance at the Champions. We just lacked luck. If Mane's goal goes in, it would have been a Klopp masterclass, said Niall. Small margins, mate, you're right, just small margins there yesterday. The width of a fucking post. If Moreno goes, I think we should and will buy a new Robbo backup or bring through a youth player. You'd have to have somebody, wouldn't you? Hoover is 17 this month. There you go. I mean, yeah, that honestly, weirdly, that does make me feel a bit better about it, Stephen. I'm going to get a tattoo of you, Craig. A big bald egg, is it? I'm waiting for the punchline here, buddy. Waiting for the punchline. 4K HDR. Yes, mate. It's a 55-inch 4K HDR Smart Sharp TV. I bought it in Tesco and it was €499. Any more information, feel free to ask. Why is there a mank in a Liverpool stream? Where? There's always some Manchester United fans or Everton fans or other fans in here. And that's sound. As long as they're in here and they're being, nice to people, that's absolutely fine. We're a football channel. I love chatting to other fans as well because I like to see how they're viewing things inside and outside our club. I'm going to get the Liverpool tattooed of my shite Mexican tattoo, said Claire. Just decided. Why not? Why not, Claire? I'm so interested to see what Connor's going to do when we win the league and he has to get that Michael Edwards tattoo. That's going to be priceless. I'm going to be sitting there with a video camera and I'm going to enjoy that one. What do you reckon will be starting midfield after Oxlade-Chamberlain is back? I reckon Cato, Fabinho. No, I don't think you're too far off with that, Mr. Sugar. Of course it does depend on who we're playing, but probably would be my three if they're all fully fit and ready to go. I like the look of that midfield, if I'm being honest. That young Fulham left back winger Ryan Sessegnon, he is quality, mighty lad, absolute quality. He's definitely more of a midfielder though. I know he has been played at left back at times for Fulham, but he's definitely more of a midfielder. He wants to have the season at Fulham because they got promoted and they were his club. He wants to see out at least one season in the Premier League with them, but after that, you never know. You never know what might happen. Everton have fans, said Nina. Apparently there's a few of them. Oh, I think he meant you with reference to the Sharp TV. Fuck him. If you meant me, fuck him. I'm buying the best TV that I can. I've got one in my room here as well. The only reason I bought that one is because I have a 40-inch one in my room. The same model, just the smaller size. And it's fucking good. So I said, do you know what? We were shopping. My missus made the rookie mistake of bringing me shopping yesterday. And I seen the TV on offer and I said, whip out that credit card there, love. The plastic. It shall be melting. Don't worry about the bill. We'll think about that next month. I am Man United fan. There you go. King 6 Man United. Welcome, by the way, mate. You're always welcome into the chat here. We welcome fans of any club in here. All we ask is that you don't spam the place or you don't be too mean towards the people in here. My first tattoo will be a Liverpool crest, said Mighty Lad. Other fans come into our stream to see how it's done properly, said Stephen Richards. I like that. I'm taking that one, mate. Right, guys, 52 subscribers away from hitting 7,000. 52. Can we do it? An hour to go on the stream. We need 1 minute pretty much with a few minutes spare. So if you're watching and you haven't hit the subscribe button, please be an absolute legend and do that for us. And we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, actually, there's something else we need to celebrate. I think it will probably happen on this stream. So from today into tomorrow, we'll have had 1 million viewers of the channel. So 1 million people who have come in and viewed the channel. We've had much more than that in viewing minutes. We've told you about it before. But yeah, we're just about to hit 1 million viewers on the channel. That is fucking amazing. Thank you so much for that one. I think we're about 4,000 short before we started this stream. So if not tomorrow, we're going to be very, very close on it. So yeah, 1 million viewers of the channel, of our little Anfield Agenda family that was 9 months old. Wow. That you've no idea what that means to Connor and I. 1 million viewers is unbelievable. It's fucking frightening. If I'm being honest, it's petrifying. Sometimes I hear people say, 300 watching Craig, 350 watching, and I get a bit nervous. But when you think about those numbers, it's crazy. And look, there are people who get that on a fucking video, every video, because they're so big. But for me, it's mad. It's mad. I'm so proud of what we've done. I'm so proud of you guys as well for helping us get here. Klopp will rotate heavily against Wolves. I wouldn't be surprised if they knock us out. Wouldn't be upset either. Need to focus on the league 100%. And Wolves are a good team. So Cahill. It's interesting, isn't it? I don't even know what to expect from Wolves with regards to that one, mate. Yeah, they've got a lot of focus in the league as well. They're going to want to do as well as they can. They may even be eyeing, should I say, they may be eyeing a 7th place, something like that. Maybe that's a bit too far for them, but you know, they're a club that are looking to push on. So it'll be interesting to see how seriously they take the cup and what type of an 11 they put out as well. Sessignon said Gerrard was his favourite player ever and how he supported them as a kid. Should we get Sancho in? We should get Sancho in. It's not going to happen. Hardeep, simple as. He's valued at around 80-90 million quid at this moment in time, and there's no way Dortmund are going to sell him yet. They've just moved on Christian Pulisic. They're looking to bring in perhaps Thorgan Hazard. There's no way they're selling Jadon Sancho yet. They'll get another year or two out of him. His value will go up even more, and then perhaps they'll look to cash in. King 6 United said subscribe. Thank you, mate. That's really kind of you. It means a lot. Thank you. Pato and Oscar will come back to Europe and be decent like Paulinho. Chinese magic will make them good again. Pato's finished, in my opinion, Ferno. I think he was a massive letdown as well. Oscar was weird. I mean, he was always a decent player. But Pato, remember when he broke through? People thought he was going to be unbelievable. Like, that was it. He was going to be the next Brazilian superstar. It just never really clicked for him as much as people predicted. But that can happen as well. Anyone know when Ox and Gomez are back? We reckon 2 or 3 weeks, Cameron. Somebody said that the guys on Redman TV said he'd be back training in about 2 weeks with regard to Gomez, which is class. No way, 1 million, said Gabriel. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, isn't it? It's scary as shit, but I'm so proud of it. And I know Connor is as well. Connor sends his apologies, by the way. He's just been so busy lately. He hasn't had a chance to come on either. What ball bags dislike the stream? Loads of them, Charlene. We always get the thumbs down. Don't worry about it. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Sometimes we could put the most positive thing in the world up. We put up today about the Dominic Solanke sale, and there was 2 thumbs down on it straight away. Maybe it's opposition fans. Maybe people just really dislike me. I don't know. But either way, it doesn't make a world of difference. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much. Are you doing a watch along for the Wolves match? Yep. We'll be on at 7:30 on Monday night for that one. Are you from Ireland? I am indeed, mate. Originally from Dublin, now live in the beautiful county of Wexford. Krishna's team for the Wolves game is Mignolet. Who else have we got here? No, I can't read that out, mate. It's too confusing. Sorry. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, yeah, sorry. Kiana Hoover. I was wondering who KH was. Mignolet, Kiana Hoover, Dejan Lovren, another kid, Fabinho, Keita, Lallana, Shaqiri, Sturridge and Origi. Hi Craig, it says play. Yes, we know, Graham, about the league table, mate. I know it's been pointed out to us a few times today. Connor made a boo boo. Yeah, he just. I think what he must have done was he was looking at the image, and because Liverpool's highlighted, he probably just wanted to make sure he updated Manchester City and that, and just forgot about the Liverpool one. And I tried to message him earlier on, but he hadn't got time to get it done. So we can just know that it's 21. We can all just admit that Connor fucked up, and give him a pass on this one. And we'll just say it's okay, Connor. He ruined the sub count last week as well. We'll never forgive him for that one. Never. Now he's in the bad books forever for that one. Jace, how are you, sir? Hope you're keeping well, buddy, and I hope you're over yesterday's game. But I know you are, because you're a sensible fella. I remember, Craig, when there used to be only 60 of us here. Mad how far you've come in a few months. It's not how far I've come, mate. It's how far we've come. We're a channel. We're a group. We do this stuff together. And it is mad how far we've come. Craig, we hit 3,000 followers on Instagram today. Follow the link, guys, said Kev, which is brilliant. 3,000 Instagram followers is class, so well done to everybody there. Maybe we can start posting up nudes of Connor now to try and boost those numbers. Kev, what do you think? Craig, what would be your chosen midfield for Brighton? If everyone was fit, Genie will get a rest now. I wouldn't play him in the game on Monday, so I'd go Fabinho, Genie, and Shaqiri for the game against Brighton. But I'd love to know yours, John, mate, so please do. Or was it John? No, it was somebody else. What would be your team? Oh, it was Niall. Sorry, Niall, I'd love to know your team, mate. Everybody's thinking positive for 2019. Spread the word. Love it, Gary. Love it. Love that positivity. Keep it coming. 49 subscribers to go, you absolute beautiful people. 49 if you left to go. Hit that button. And send Connor to Space Camp. Because when we get 7,000 subscribers, Connor's going to be going to Space Camp. So he's going to make his lifelong dreams come true. He's going to get a special sticker and everything saying 7,000, Connor, well done. Gomez was injured on the 5th of December. The prognosis was 6 weeks, so we're 4 weeks or so on, so maybe 2 more to go. Oh, I don't want to read that one out, Recessionizer. I did read something along the lines of what you're saying, buddy, but I don't want to read that out just because, you know, it's a bit. I'd be hung out to dry if I read that out. Do you live near the river Swally? Swally? No, never heard of it. It could be next. Although I'm that stupid, mate, it could be down the road, and I probably wouldn't know it was there. Klein loan deal seems to be a mistake. If we were to have an injury crisis, said Adam, it's a gamble, mate. I can't get my head around it. Cannot get my head around it. Up the city, said Ben Williams. Look, Ben, there's no sour grapes from me, pal, for that game yesterday. City won, and fair fucks to them. Nothing but a well done from us. It hurts us. I'm not going to lie about it, but we're not a bunch of sour fuckers on here. Manchester City came out, did what they had to do, pal. They won the game, fair play. I think Jones will play versus Wolves and Lallana to help him. I'd imagine that Lallana would play. And on Lallana, actually, it seems there's no way Adam Lallana will be leaving the club in January. He's been told, and the manager, I think, has briefed people to say that he expects Lallana to be part of the run-in in this busy time. So Lallana won't be going anywhere till maybe the summer, maybe not even the summer, I don't know. But all we can say is that he definitely won't be going anywhere in the January window. At least that's what I read today. Jay said, I was fuming immediately after the match, but given time to reflect, I'm fine now, just eager for the next game. Yeah, it's shitty, isn't it, that we have to wait till next week basically to play another league game. It's alright playing a cup game, but it's just not the same. You want to get another 3 points on the board. Is the game versus Brighton on TV? I haven't checked, Scotty. I haven't checked, pal. I haven't got a clue. The amount of trolls that came out on Twitter and watch along, it was mental, said Louis. There was loads of them. Did you see what did Rio Ferdinand really say that, by the way? Has anyone seen the comments attributed to Rio Ferdinand that are doing the rounds about United fans and stuff? I don't know if he honestly said them or not, because I wasn't watching the coverage or anything, so it wouldn't be fair of me to say he did say them. But has anybody else seen the chat that's been attributed to Rio Ferdinand? Nostradamus said, beware of the red beast in 2019. There you go. Fucking predicted the shit, didn't he? He predicted it. He knew all about it. Nostradamus doing bits way back in the day. Opinion on Spurs? A very, very good side, Jamie. A very good side. I think, like everybody else, it may be the lack of squad depth that might hold them back to go on a real title push this year. Son has to go off as well, doesn't he? And do something with South Korea. But yeah, look, they're a very good team. I won't belittle Spurs. I don't think that they have quite enough. But you know what? They're a good team. A good team with a good manager. And yeah, I don't talk shit, buddy. I try and give my honest opinion, and I do rate Spurs. We should go 4-2-3-1 with Fabinho and Hendo holding and Shaqiri on the right side of the front three. I'd look to get Genie in the next two games, said Niall. By the way, I don't think anybody mentioned, but Bobby Firmino just won the Golden Samba Award. He's the best Brazilian playing in Europe. Is the Golden Samba not given out at the end of the year? The end of the season, like? I'm obviously off on this one or behind on this one. The River Swally sounds like something you'd see in class. That's exactly what I was thinking, Charlene. As soon as he said Swally, or I read that out, I went full on Rob C. Nesbitt in my head. And I was thinking about Rob C. Nesbitt when I said the word Swally. Curtis Jones for the win, said Adam. I have a lot of faith in that young man, I have to say. I'm looking forward to seeing him get some game time because he looks fantastic. 2 deals today to clear the wage bill for incomings. Alright, let's go straight to fucking incomings. Fuck it, let's go balls deep here. Timo Werner, let's have a little chat about our friend Timo Werner. A lot of people believe that the moving out of Solanke today and perhaps the freeing up of wages, as somebody else has said, is to make room for somebody to come in. I've no inside information to say anything on this, but people, whether you consider them ITKs or whatever, but people who keep an eye on their accounts because they get a lot of stuff right. Nobody gets everything right, and I won't use any names because I don't want to hang anybody out to dry either. But these people seem to think that there is a genuine interest in Timo Werner. I hope there is. That's all I can say, because he would fit into our system perfectly. I hear some people saying, but where do you play him in that first 11? But I reiterate what I always say. You cannot think about this team as a first 11. You have to think about it as a first 15 or 16, because you need to rotate players. We can't play the front three every week. We just can't do it. You need to give Mane a rest. The three of them, I could name all their names. You need to give them a rest. Sometimes Firmino's looked like he's exhausted this season. Sometimes Salah looked like he hadn't come back fully fit. It looked like he could have done with a bit more of a rest. He's coming into his own now. But you telling me that we couldn't have an Timo Werner there to rotate in, I think that would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It would even allow you to push Shaqiri on a little bit of times as well. Maybe play him in a wing position and give the guys a proper rest. I've no idea whether it's true or not. What we can say for certain is that his contract with RB Leipzig runs out at the end of next season. That would mean that they're going to have to start looking towards selling him, because they're not going to let a player of his calibre just run down his contract. Bayern Munich are obviously interested in him. I've spoken about this with you guys before, but from a common sense point of view, why would you sell him to a rival? It would make much more sense to sell him outside of the country, send him off to Liverpool or somewhere else. And I hope beyond hope that we get him. I really, really hope we get him. I think Fekir is done and dusted. I said that all summer. If it didn't happen in the summer, I didn't think it was going to happen. I wished it had have happened because I'd have loved him at the club, but I do think it's dead. For Werner, I've no idea. I'm almost afraid to let myself believe or hope because of what happened in the summer with Fekir. I know he'd fit in. I know he'd do really well. It makes sense. It's a Klopp type signing. There's so many positives about it that I find it hard to actually find a negative. The price at around 35-40 million makes perfect sense as well. There's just too many good things about it for me to come on here and try and piss all over it, because it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense in so many reasons. Werner in, Solanke out, said somebody. Timo Werner plays like Jamie Vardy. What's photoshopped? Louis, I've missed something here, buddy. What's on the official? I've missed so many comments. I'm going to have to run back through them to try and find out what you're all talking about. Who are we signing, Craig, you big guru? I've got a fucking clue, mate. I'm hoping, like everybody, that we sign Timo Werner. And that young right back, or left back, the guy from Bristol City, a lot of people think that's going to happen. I haven't got a clue. I'm not even going to pretend I knew who he was last week, because I didn't. I think we need another world class centre back because we're worried that Gomez could be injury prone. I hope he isn't. Jesus, I hope he isn't injury prone. He's had a couple of bad injuries, all right, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. He's so young. It's too injury to write him off as injury prone just yet. Have you ever met any of the Redman TV crew? No, no, I haven't. Never met them in person. Well, I suppose technically yes, but really no. One of the guys that used to be on my podcast went and started doing bits for Redman TV. So if you include him, then yes. But no, not Chris Page or Paul Machin. I never met either of those two guys. Seem like sound lads though. They work really hard at what they do. They've grown their channel excellently and they do good stuff. So yeah, respect to them. But I don't know them personally. If the Liverpool game isn't on Sky Sports, then it's on BT. If it isn't on there, you're going to have to find a stream. There you go. Pretty commonsensical. Craig, a Turkish journalist, said Fekir was on his way to Liverpool earlier today. Do you know the guy's name, Aaron? Would you be able to send me his name or post it into the chat, buddy? Jeffrey Klopp himself said he can't play in a 4-3-3. We're going to win the league, said Jack. Love it, Jack. Love it, pal. We're going to win the fucking league. Damn right. I think we do have a squad depth, but I'm happy for Klein to go and get game time, but we do need him in case of injury, so Tony Kelly. Again, this Photoshop thing, I'm really interested. What is it that you're talking about is Photoshopped? Everyone calm down about Fekir. He was left out of the Leon squad. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, he was. It's a lower league cup game. I would just say he's been rested. If you're talking about Nabil Fekir, remember something that came out in the summer, guys, about Nabil Fekir. It was said that he has to be every 3 months or so. He has to have a little rest apparently for a couple of weeks. This could be that period of the season where Leon are giving him that break between the Christmas period and the lower league cup game that you're talking about there. This could be just that period where he's getting a bit of a rest. So maybe just take it as that. I wouldn't take it that he's coming to Liverpool. If it was, he wouldn't have went on that warm weather training camp either. So it doesn't make much sense to me. I think we're all just hoping again. Sane needs competition. Timo Werner would be great. Did you write Sane or did you mean Mane? Or are you a Manchester City fan, Krishna? I can't remember, mate. Manchester City, Liverpool and Dortmund are favourites to sign Werner. River Slaney in Wexford in a few Rebel songs. Yes, the Slaney is definitely in Wexford town. I know that one, Dave. That's the one river I probably do know. Curtis Jones, Bobby Duncan, Camacho, Keane Hoover and a few more. Very bright future. Camacho may be going out though. I would hold off on Camacho. There might be a move for him at some point. We need a centre back for Joe Gomez, a Clark Full. Werner, Paco is it Alcacer or Antonio Bellotti. I'm surprised nobody went in for Bellotti actually, the Torino centre forward. He looked very impressive last year, and when we played them in the pre-season friendly, I think it was the last game before the season started, he looked very good as well. I'm still surprised nobody's gone in for that fella. I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about him because I've seen maybe 10 games of his, but he's been quite impressive when I've seen him play. We need more depth and competition for the front line. Timo would fit in great. Klopp would make another Lewandowski out of him. Oh look, there's no doubt about it. He can play in any position across the front three. Yes, he currently plays through the centre, but I think earlier on in his career, if memory serves me correct, he played in a wide position. And I would even say that he could perhaps drop into that role that Bobby plays now if needs be as well. Rumours today. Rumours? What the fuck are rumours, Craig? Rumours of Balotelli team up with Rafa. Oh Jesus, no. I mean, he is probably the most anti-Rafa Benitez signing you're ever going to hear of in your life. Rafa will be doing his nut with Mario Balotelli. Oh my god, that would be mental. We need, but you could almost see fucking what's your man's name that owns Newcastle, that owns Sports Direct as well, Mike Ashley. You could almost see him going, ooh, Balotelli, that would sell me a few fucking shirts in Sports Direct. Yeah, bring him in, Rafa, bring him in. Yeah, we'll pay his wages, and the fucking Balotelli shirts would be piled about 10 foot high inside the door of Sports Direct. You walk in, they'd be flinging the Balotelli shirts at you. Timo Werner is better than Messi, and everyone knows it. said LFC underscore 5. If he signs for us, then yeah, he's definitely better than Messi. If he signs for somebody else, he's an overhyped piece of shit. What's up, you guys? Mo is here. How are we? The King of Egypt. How are we, sir? Willow, no need to apologise, buddy. Great to have you on. Tristan said we need another centre back to partner with Van Dijk. Conor McCracken said there was a Photoshop of Fekir signing on the LFC website. On the website, or somebody photocopied it. Or oh, how old am I? He photocopied it, Craig. Then he sent the fax through and the pigeon done the rest of the journey. You old bald fraud. Oh my god. There was a Photoshop. Somebody photoshopped it. I thought you meant it was on the website, like literally on the site. But I think what you meant is somebody photoshopped it as if it was on the site. But when did the pigeon come into this? Where did he come into this situation? Cato was supposed to be our number 10. I don't think he was, Niall. I would say he's probably more of an 8.5, if that makes sense in a weird ass way. Can Tina Turner play in the Champions League if we send them? Tina Turner can do everything. I mean, absolutely everything. Have you not seen her earlier career now? I mean, what an unbelievable skill. I'd say Tina Turner could probably play in the Regista role as well. I don't think Werner would choose Bayern over us at the minute. Bayern are in a period of uncertainty while we have a proper thing going on at the minute. Yeah, but there is that Germany thing, Cahill. That's the only thing there, mate. He's German, they're German, they like Germans. Can I use the word German again, perhaps? I don't know. I hope you're right, though. I absolutely hope you're right. Craig, who's your favourite player at the club now? Firmino, Adam, Bobby Firmino. I absolutely love the guy. Love him. Love his attitude. Love everything about him. But there's so many players to like at the club, isn't there? I have a love-hate relationship with Sadio Mane. I love him 99% of the time. But the odd time where a ball bobbles up off his shin, I can't help but find myself getting a little bit frustrated. But God, I do love the guy. And of course, Mo Salah, unbelievable. Van Dijk, unbelievable. There's so many. Robbo, I love that lad. Love the goalkeeper. But yeah, Firmino would be my favourite at the minute. But I'm someone who doesn't really... I never fall for players too much, because I always know that players are just kind of transient employees of the club who come in and out. It's the club, mate. I always want the club's best intentions to be put in front of everything else, because they're the only ones that are always going to be there for us. They're the consistent and all this. Right, 47 subscribers to go. I feel like we're ticking along here bit by bit, guys. If you're watching, you can see we're getting close to 7,000 subscribers. So if you are watching, or you're watching this later on playback, please do hit that subscribe button and help send Connor to Space Camp, because he's sitting at home now in his NASA pajamas, I promise you, with his little sketch pad and everything open and his iPad, and he's looking at the numbers ticking around, and he's probably got his celebration bottle of pop lined up and everything like that. So, you know, do you not want to send a man to Space Camp? What type of animals are you all together? Craig, if we win the league, or rather when we win it, can you send Celtic Ven out to belt out a rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone? You've absolutely lost me on that one, John. I've no idea, buddy, what you're talking about. Diego Godin is in advanced talks to join Inter next June as a free agent. His contract with Atletico Madrid will expire. Did he not sign a new deal with them? Obviously he mustn't have. But do you remember when United were interested in him in the summer? They said that he turned down United because he was going to sign a new deal with Atletico. Obviously he mustn't have signed it if he's been linked with a move away, but weird. That is weird. FA Cup matches are on BBC. They're also on BT Sport as well, but our FA Cup match is on BBC on Monday night. Do you watch League of Ireland? Bet you're a Rovers man. I'm not a Rovers man, actually. I'd be a Shelbourne man, but I wouldn't call myself a proper fan. They were just a club that I had a bit of a fondness for growing up, but I'm definitely not a Rovers fan, that much I can tell you. I know a lot of mates who are, though. A lot of mates who are big into League of Ireland that would be all Rovers fans. But the nearest club to me growing up, mate, would have been Bray Wanderers. They were just less than 5 miles up the road from me. Hunter said, hi, I just subscribed. Enjoy your day today. Thank you, Hunter, mate, and welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you with us, buddy, and thank you for subscribing. What else have we got? Another one for the attention, said Willow. Another few ladies. Ladies, not ladies. Ladies. Here's the link, thank you. AS Empire. Okay, what else have we got? Paqueta joined AC Milan today. Nice one, Andre. I meant to mention that one actually. He did. He signed on a 5-year deal. So we can rule Lucas Paqueta out of somebody that may be coming to the club. Oh, it was Tony Marshall the King. Yeah, it's Bray Wanderers, mate, would have been my local club. How many Liverpool games do you manage to watch a season? I don't know what you mean by watch. If you mean look at, all of them, obviously. But if you mean go to, this year's the first year I haven't gotten over yet. I have to say, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't got to one game because I can't get a fucking ticket, Tom. Usually between 4 and 6 games a season I'd get over to. But so far as things stand, can't get a ticket, can't go over. I'm going over for the last game of the season, but I haven't got a match ticket. I'm just going over to be in the city because I usually do head over for the last game of the season. But, Tom, mate, honestly, the honest answer is I can't get to one this year. So, none as of yet, unfortunately. Just can't find the Dortmund one, but I swear there was one about Werner and Dortmund. Jay Spearing was terrible. That probably is the most random comment of the day. David, that is an odd one. Camacho is close to completing a loan to buy with Sporting Lisbon, said Tom. Thank you for that. I did read that the other day, actually, Tom. Thank you. Going for Poulsen as a DM. Oh, Jesus Christ, stop. I would also like Julian Brandt to have him at the club, said Adam Parks. Everything I've heard about Brandt suggests that he doesn't want to come to Liverpool. Ever. That's just from people that I know in Germany that have told me about things that they've read. I've no proof of any of that other than just people's opinion. Oh, Konchesky. Jesus Christ, don't be talking about Paul Konchesky again. I've just gotten over him and his mother. Kyriakos, whatever that guy's name was. The big Greek. Oh, he was fucking savage. Big Greek. And don't forget we had Maurizio Pellegrino as well. The slowest turning centre-back in the history of world football. We're going for Milicio from Porto. He's a beast of a centre-back. We're really rolling back the years here, aren't we? Werner played wide a lot when he broke through at Stuttgart, said Jace. It does it from time to time now. Can play anywhere across the front line. Perfect for us, especially if the plan is to drop Firmino into the 10. Have you heard anything on this, Jace? Anything, I mean, you've seen a little bit from Graham Kelly and a few others, but have you heard that yourself on the whole team over other thing, buddy? Newcastle are desperate for signings at the minute. I'd well imagine so, Mo. I can completely imagine why as well. I hope Rafa keeps them up. I have a lot of respect and time for Newcastle fans. They're a good bunch. Morning everybody, Rod. Morning, how are we, Rod? Thank you for popping in, buddy. I hope you're well. I hope the rabbit's well. I hope the family are well. Myself and Rod had a nice long chat on the phone earlier on. Poor old Rod, when he rings me I never let him get off the fucking phone. I could talk the ears off anybody, so sorry Rod if I kept you on for too long. All the way from Australia as well. Can you imagine the fucking phone bill? Jesus Christ. Just send it to Connor, Rod. He'll take care of it. He's loaded. Who would you rather have, Mike Ashley or Stan Kroenke? Fucking hell. I don't know, mate. I don't know much about Stan Kroenke, but if I was judging from Arsenal fans, they're not too impressed with him not putting his hand in his pocket. Craig, you ever mention your top 11 team on a stream since we won the treble in 2001 season? I don't think we have. We've done it on podcasts before, Barry. We've done loads of those kind of best 11s and stuff, but I don't think I've ever done it on a stream. Let me try scribble something down, buddy, over the next day or two, and I'll see if I can think of one for you, if that's okay. And maybe remind me, and I'll try and come on. And maybe we can do a shorter video on that or a section on it. Maybe give everybody a bit of a chance to get their thoughts down on paper. And we could do it again, if that's alright, Barry. It's a good idea though, mate. Thank you. If anyone talks shit about Jay Spearing, ban them. Look, he's a good lad, Jay, isn't he? He's a good, honest pro. That's all I can say about Jay Spearing. He played for Liverpool, and none of us can take that away from the guy. He's lived a dream that every single one of us would kill ourselves to play for Liverpool, and Jay Spearing has done that, so fair play to him. I'd love it if we won the league. Love it. Full on Kevin Keegan there. Full on Kevin Keegan from Origi. Tina Turner would play the false 9 if she was on the pitch. She's simply the fucking best, mate. Oh, the cheese taxi for Craig. Cheesy jokes are coming out thick and fast here now. Rod, what position do you think Tina Turner would play? We're trying to have a debate here. Some people think she could play I think she's a regista. Somebody else thinks she could play in the false nine. Klopp wants to sign anybody, or Klopp won't sign anybody. He's told us he'll be working on summer. Believe him. Yeah, mate. Managers do lie though. Occasionally when it comes to transfers. Don't want to call Klopp a liar because we love Klopp, but they're hardly going to tell us if they are going to bring somebody in. It's a wonder no club is going for Ciro Immobile from after last season from Lazio. Yeah, it didn't work out for him at Dortmund, did it, when he was there? He seems to have settled into the Italian league very well and scoring a shit ton of goals there for Lazio. What do you think of Timo Werner to Liverpool? It would make loads of sense, mate. It would be perfect, and I think a lot of us would be over the moon if Timo Werner came in. Right, gonna get through some more comments. Don't be embarrassed, Craig. Too many fans aren't able to get tickets. It's got to the point though, Niall, where I used to pay over the odds for tickets to the games I went to. I used to pay, a shit ton of money to travel agents and stuff to go, and I just got to the point where I couldn't be arsed. I couldn't be arsed paying money to go to a Liverpool game that would pay for a flight for one of us over to Orlando. It's just ridiculous. Like, I was spending, say, if I'd done 5 trips a year to Liverpool games, I was probably spending $3,000 on Liverpool games in a season, and that $3,000 would pay for flights and car hire for all of us to go to Orlando for 2 weeks. That's not accommodation and all, but it's expensive. It's expensive. So I said to myself a while back, I don't mind paying a little bit over the odds. Of course, I know sometimes people want to mark things up, but I'm not paying the ridiculous prices that the travel agents are asking these days. Like fucking 350 quid for day trips and stuff like that. 249 quid for a match ticket and a hotel room for a League Cup game where the hotel room is costing like 59 quid perhaps. Well, no, 249 actually wouldn't be too bad. I'd pay that actually. That's probably about where I'd cut it off. But some of them are going 300, 400, and that's not even for flights. That's just for a hotel room and a match ticket. And a hotel room in Liverpool is not expensive. You can pick up hotel rooms for anything from, if you're splitting with somebody, 25 quid a head, right up to, whatever you're willing to pay. Celtic Women, the group of singers. No problem, John. We'll sort that one out, mate. There's plenty. Just go to any pub in Ireland on a weekend when they've had a few pints or a few shorts, and you'll hear some amazing songs being sung by fantastic women. I mean, I wish I could sing, John. I have a terrible singing voice. Where is Solanke going? He's gone to Bournemouth, Rod. He signed there on a long-term deal, 19 million with 4 or 5 million in add-ons. And not only that, Rod, Kleiny has gone as well on loan to Bournemouth for the rest of the season. Both confirmed deals. Can I have a shout out? I asked you in the city watch along. Yes, thank you, Jack. I did say that. You're right, mate. Jack Vlogs, as you can see there in the chat just above Graham Holmes, he has a little YouTube channel. He's looking to grow it, so if anybody wants to head over and give him a follow, Jack Vlogs is his name, and I believe that's your account name as well, mate. Your video account name. So check him out, Jack Vlogs. He was trying to head towards 125 subs, I think. So thank you for reminding me, Jack. And I apologise if I missed it another time. Super hoops, said Sam. There you go. I love the fact that they've New Balance kits though, and Ireland have them, and Liverpool have them. I mean, I like that. Where are all the Manc trolls? School's back, not allowed up this late. There you go. Desena. Oh, we're rolling back the years now. Andre Desena scored against the Mancs though, so he always has that. Why are we loaning out Klein? What if Robbo or Trent gets injured? Evan, we were having this discussion earlier, buddy, and a lot of us are absolutely confused as to what's going on. It's been kind of let out a little bit today by journalists and stuff that Klopp is thinking very highly of playing Keanu Hoover, or at least having him in the squad for the cup game on Monday against Wolves. But he's 16, heading for 17 years of age. It's a lot of pressure to put on him to be the first choice fullback. Well, fullback cover, I suppose, is the phrase I'm looking for. I don't know. I hope there's something in the works because we need somebody. We've 25 minutes to go on tonight's stream, guys, and we're 45 subscribers away, so it doesn't look like we're going to get to 7k, but you know what, every single one helps. So if you can, please do hit that subscribe button, help us get towards that total. Everyone helps, guys, it really does. What about Abel Xavier? Jesus Christ, that's gone back. He played for Liverpool and Everton as well, by the way. I'm sure most of you knew that already. If you could sign one realistic player, who would it be? It would have been Pulisic, if I'm being honest. I like Timo Werner as a signing. I like Nabil Fekir as a signing. I'd like Diabala, but I don't know, is that realistic? Um, that's about it. There's not too many players I think are ready to come into this Liverpool team. Right, Knockhart from Brighton. I looked at Anthony Knockhart last year when he was coming through. Well, not yet last year, sorry, the year before. Well, before Brighton got promoted. And he looked fantastic. And I thought he was going to take the Premier League by storm, but not quite yet. I don't know what it is about Knockhart. I want to really like him, but I'm unsure. What's your thoughts on him, Sean? Maybe you've watched more of him than I have, mate. Would you do a match vlog if you went over? Yes, we've done that before, Sam. I think there should be one somewhere on the channel. We did that from when we were over the last time, I think. I do it a little bit differently though than most people do it. I wouldn't be kind of here's me outside the stadium. Here's me, I'm beside the Shankly statue. Here's me, I'm in the club shop. I do it a little bit differently because I do think everything a little bit differently because I'm a little bit fucked up in my own way. Did you hear about the investigation into City fans throwing bottles and coins at Liverpool fans last night? Maybe you did because it never made BBC. I did hear about it. I was actually reading something Andy Heaton wrote about it earlier on. He was going back and forth, I think, with a Manchester journalist or something. And yeah, of course it doesn't. It doesn't get the headlines, mate, because it's not sexy like Liverpool fans smashing up a bus when it was a can of fucking Copperberg that broke a window of a bus. That gets massive news and they want us fucked out of Europe and they want the stadium closed down. But as you rightly said, bottles and coins being thrown at Liverpool fans, where's the fucking fume? Where's the fume over that? And there's been at least 3 or 4 dives, by the way, over the last few days in various games. And because there hasn't been Mohamed Salah, it hasn't been all over the fucking news. It's just fucking hypocrisy everywhere. Even the Manchester City stuff earlier on, people were talking about the fact that UEFA are looking into them and they might be facing a possible European ban. All that is buried down in Sky Sports' site and not in the headline stories at the start of the hour. And I don't even know if it's been on BBC because I haven't looked. But I haven't been hit in the face with it, unlike when we were talking about Mo Salah. You go on to fucking Twitter or you go on to a site and it's all of a sudden, did Mo Salah dive? Blah, 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 Mo Salah this, Mo Salah that. And when Mo Salah had that thing where he was on the phone in the car when the girl came up trying to get his autograph and stuff, all of that was blown completely out of all proportion. But there's never the same amount of fume when it's not to do with us. Just never. Congrats on 6950. Thank you. 44 to go. We're gonna get there. We're eventually gonna get there. 7,000 is gonna be a fucking beautiful number. What's your second favourite sport? To play it was always tennis, Floating Fox, but if I was to watch it now, boxing, 100%. I'd be as big a boxing fan as I am a football fan, actually, if I'm being honest. I grew up all around boxing with my father and stuff, so I absolutely idolise the sport. And sometimes I have to actually cancel watch-alongs if they're late night ones or late night shows because there's a boxing fight on and I just have to watch it. Fenerbahce eager to sign Liverpool player Adam Lallana set to battle with Wolves for the footballer. It's not happening, Kev. He's not leaving the club in January. I think journals have been briefed about that one today. The whole thing about Fenerbahce was to do with your man that used to be here. What's his name? The guy who brought Henderson in, the guy who brought Damien Comolli. He's at Fenerbahce now. I think it all relates back to him. Skipper Dog said, I had a good contact on tickets for Scaries but got let down last time. 2 seasons ago I had 8 for the Spurs game. It was a stag. Fucking hell. Can't even get 2, mate, for me and Connor yet this year. But, I won't give up hope yet. We'll keep trying. 25 quid for head in Liverpool. For head. Oh, per head. Kev, not forehead. Definitely per head. I don't know if it is 25 quid for head. I couldn't tell you. I haven't had to pay that. 5 subs each to reach 7k. 5 likes to hit the 100 smash. We haven't even hit 100 likes yet, guys. Hit that fucking like button. Come on, you absolute superstars. Hit that like button and get us to 100 likes. And of course, try and get us to 7,000 subs as well. Let's get to 7k in party, said Norbert. There you go. Will Tina be wearing high heels? Of course, Rod. Of course. She couldn't play in anything else, mate. Predator high heels. We'll probably get her a special pair of Adidas Predator high heels made. Klein is now fit, so he's got on loan. Get 15 million plus from him in the summer. Why don't we get it now, though, Niall? That's what I don't understand, mate. Why let him go 6 months and let his value go down a little bit? Why not try and move him on now and get the money? I'm sure there are people queuing up to get somebody of his quality in. The vid where United fan got fucked, Rod. I don't know if I retweeted it, but I might have liked it. I'm not sure what that one is. Hey Anthony, thank you for saying hello, mate. Anthony Cronin, great to have you on. And King 6 United. What's the Ronaldo comment, buddy? Have I missed something? Or are you just putting in your favourite player or something? I don't know. What's your team of the year? It's way too early for that, Roberto. Way too early for team of the year, buddy. And way too late in the stream to give me time to think about it as well. And do you mean across all leagues or just Premier League, Roberto? Because I need clarification on this in case I start writing it out later on. I would like us to sign Koulibaly, said Anthony Cronin. Never in 1 million years, mate, is that going to happen. He's far too expensive for us to go and sign now, particularly after spending the money we did on the fantastic centre back we have in Virgil van Dijk. AS Empire has put the link into the Discord group there if anybody wants to click in and join that one. And I have to say, it is a great group of people in there. I often pop in and say hello. I really enjoy going in there. The Discord group basically is a chat group for people in here when we're not online. So if you want to pop in, have a chat with people when we're not streaming, there's always a great bunch in there. Ray Queeving Kelleher, the youth goalkeeper, said Tom. So do I, mate. I want to see him be given the backup position next year. Simon Mignolet moves on. Craig, do you think I should be telling you this, but my uncle's considering the Cal Brook fight, but we have to sort some issues out first. I cannot speak about. I hope he fucking takes the fight, Subi. Honestly, mate, I hope he does, because it's a fight that we all want to see. I'm not going to get into your family business, buddy. That's your own family business, but it's definitely a fight that we all want to see. What was the best football match you were ever at, Craig? Istanbul, Adam. Pretty easy. I've been to some great games, though, to be fair. I was at the derby where we hammered Everton 4-0. Obviously Istanbul. I was at the game where Suarez scored 4 against Norwich. What other games have I been to that beat? I was at the fucking derby where that what's his fucking name? That Evertonian centre back gobshite. The one we drew 1-1, and who was your man? The centre back scored it right at the end with a fucking perler of a shot. I can't even think of his name. He's that irrelevant to me at the moment. What else have I been to that's been good? I was at the game against Middlesbrough where we qualified. The game we went right down to with Arsenal and we qualified for the Champions League. That was a pretty shitty game, though, to be fair. Jagielka, yes, that one. Jagielka. I was at that game. That was fucking horrible because Everton deserved nothing from that game. I was at a 1-1 draw with Spurs, but yeah, the best ones are definitely fucking Istanbul and probably the Everton 4-0 because that was just brilliant. That was when they were managed by Martinez and they thought that they were going to run us for 4th place, and it was the game that Lukaku actually, I think, did his ACL in that game, if memory serves correct. I went to the Arsenal game and the atmosphere was fucking electric. Bobby was out of this world. Mate, what a game to go to. What a fucking game. Unbelievable. To go 1-0 down, turn it around like that and put in that performance was class. 3 more subs, absolutely. 42 to go now to hit 7,000. Thank you, whoever it was that subscribed there. But there's still 42 more of you that can do it. I know it would be an amazing fight, but who do you think would win? Subi? Honestly? Yeah. Kel, if I'm being honest. I think if they fight and if Brook's allowed to rehydrate, I think Brook beats him. Just because I think if he catches Kel on the chin, it's night-night. But if Kel can keep him at distance for the entire fight and keep on the back foot and keep him moving, then, you know, Brook is fast enough, or Amir is fast enough, I mean to say, to beat anybody. But just if Kel catches him once, mate, it's night-night. I went to Basel for the final, didn't get a ticket, had a class time, still to this day can't remember the second half, refused to watch it. What a goal, Niall, though. What a fucking goal from Sturridge. What a goal. Tina Turner should not play in goal. I suspect she's let too many in. Oh, you dirty bastard, Rod. You dirty bastard. Was the Everton game... Was that the same Everton game and the Norwich Suarez one? It was... Well, then you were lucky as well, Noel, mate. That Everton game was brilliant. I was right up the back of the... what was the centenary... No, it was the old main stand, sorry. I was right up the back of the old main stand, down near the supporters, the away supporters. And I remember my mate bashing his hand on a galvanised steel at the back of the stand. And he did it that many times, his hand fucking swelled up like a balloon. I pissed myself laughing at him. That was a fucking brilliant game. Origi was injured in the game, right when he was in form too. You sound tired, mate. Go to bed. Never tired, Connor. I'm a fucking legend. Never tired. We're trying to get you to Space Camp here, Connor. We've got 42 subscribers to go to get you to Space Camp. He's in the chat now, look. He's trying to give us that last push over the line. Send Connor to Space Camp, guys. Hit that subscribe button. You're going to make him cry. He's sitting there with his little celebration. What are they things called? The fucking poppy things. I don't know what they're even called. I am a bit tired, Connor. You're right. I'm going to Liverpool versus Bournemouth on the 9th of February, said Anthony. Nice one. Enjoy. Roberto's team of the year is De Gea, Marcelo, Chiellini, Van Dijk, Carvajal, Kante, Modric, De Bruyne, Messi, Ronaldo, Salah. Would you say that's fair? Honestly, mate, I'm too fucking tired to think through it. And I probably haven't seen enough of half of those players to say yes or no. I'm probably not the right person to ask. I haven't seen that much European football this year. Whereas last year I watched a shit ton of it. I don't know why not this year. Maybe it's the channel. I'm just not getting the time. If you had to choose, Craig, if you had the choice, who would you rather? Would you rather just the league or a European Cup and FA Cup double? Just the league, Niall, without even a second's hesitation, mate. Just the league. The league's the most important thing in the world to me right now. Everything else pales into insignificance. The European Cup is amazing, and that comes a close second. But yeah, just the league, mate. Reports around the Khan is going to fight Terence Crawford. Yeah, that was about a while ago, Christopher. And I know that Eddie Hearn was trying to talk him into fighting Amir Khan, or to Kell Brook, sorry. I don't know what to say. Brook is saying if it doesn't happen now, then it's not going to happen. But you can understand it from Khan's point of view, I suppose, as well. Going to fight for a world title. Probably, will you get more money for the Crawford fight? I'd say you'd probably get more money for the Brook fight. Maybe Khan thinks that he can go fight Crawford, and if he loses, the Brook fight is still there. I don't know. I think most of us want to see the fight, though. It might even be too late. It might have gone a few years too long, but I think all of us want to see Brook fight Khan. City players were giving it bifters in the media now that we're in turmoil, wishing and praying that we slip up. In turmoil? We're hardly in turmoil, mate. We've lost one game. I wouldn't say we're in turmoil. I'd say we're still fucking good to go. We're still winning this league in my eyes. I'm never going to stop believing. Being the 6 games, all wins. Look at the Irish, said Tomas Kennedy. There you go. Love it, mate. 6 games, 6 wins. Can't ask for much more than that. Joe Joyce will win. What fight is that? When's he fighting? When is Joe Joyce fighting? I'm not sure. How much was it to go to Istanbul for tickets, etc.? Package deal at the time was about 2,4, something like that. I think it was over $2,000. 2,300, 2,400, I think. And you remember, like, that was going back fucking 13, 14 years ago now. Let's sign Phil Jones, and the credit union came in handy, mate, put it that way, as they always do. I made a new account and I used to be a mod, but it's good to see you, said Stephen Morris. What was your old account name, Stephen? Be amazing, but Kel has power and Amir has speed. He does, absolutely. Amir has unbelievable speed. It's going to be a good fight, though. I hope it happens, Subi, I really do. Yeah, Connor, everyone's having a go at you for the league table, mate, if you're still watching. A lot of people very upset, Connor, that there's been a few tears shed over the fact that Liverpool's played 20 according to you in the league. You're just refusing to believe that we've played that 21st game and lost to Manchester City. 2 more subscribers, said Joanne, thank you. 41 to go. 40. I hope it doesn't happen overnight when I'm asleep. That would be fucking horrible. because I want to be on here talking to you guys when it happens. Who's pound for pound, Lomachenko or Alvarez? I hate Alvarez now. I fucking hate him. I hate him for various reasons. I hate him because he lost to Triple G the first time. I hate him because he got away far too lightly for his fucking clenbuterol in the tainted beef bollocks. Um, Lomachenko is amazing. I love Lomachenko. It's a tough one. You can't deny Alvarez is an amazing fighter, but there's too much behind him. It's too corrupted as far as I'm concerned. Boxing has gone through a phase now where I'm in a love-hate relationship with it. There's been some decisions. Um, the first Alvarez Triple G fight was a joke. The second one probably should have been the draw that the first one was. We obviously seen Tyson Fury get blatantly robbed in America as well. And there's been some more iffy decisions this year that have kind of made me fall a little bit out of love with boxing. What do you think of Anfield be more expensive than Wembley to hire according to Callum Smith? Didn't hear that, David, and I've been waiting for that fight to be announced actually. Myself and my wife are waiting to see if Callum Smith does defend the world titles in Anfield because we want to go over for the fight. I've been to a couple of Mundo's fights. One of them thanks to his brother Paul actually, who sent me tickets, which I really appreciate. I didn't know that, David, so thank you for letting me know. He wants to fight at Anfield, doesn't he? And it is available now after obviously the last game in May. The stadium has the go ahead to host these events. Fucking mad that it's more expensive than Wembley. That seems ludicrous. Absolutely. And considering you're talking about London and Liverpool as well. Madness. I didn't know that, but I'm baffled as to why that's the case. He wants that fight, and Liverpool want him to have that fight, and he deserves that fucking fight. After going and winning the fucking Super Six, he deserves it, and I hope to get over to see him fight there. And look, if it's in London, I'll probably go to London to see him fight. But he deserves that big show because he's an absolute monster, especially at super middleweight. I mean, he's fucking huge at super middleweight. Do Irish engineers dream of electric sheep? I don't know, Rod. I don't know, mate. I haven't got a clue. Maybe they dream of getting a shock in their balls, mate. I haven't got a clue. Would Liverpool buy Hendo now in January if he played for us again? Very weird question. I don't know. When does Anthony Joshua fight? He's my favourite. I don't know when his next fight is. Oh no, I do actually. It's April, isn't it? He's got Wembley booked for, is it March or April? He's waiting to see. It looks like he's probably going to be fighting Dillian White again, but he's trying to get Deontay Wilder to fight for all the marbles. But it looks like Wilder's going to fight Tyson Fury again, so it'll probably be Dillian White. Reports are Campbell fight Terence Crawford in the 20th of April for Crawford's WBO belt. Crawford is a classy operator, by the way. I mean, I think he beats Khan if they fight. Nice quiet chat tonight. Lovely to be here, says Rod. Yeah, it's been really good actually. It's been really, really nice to chat tonight. Abdallah, the 1975, said sub. Thank you very much, mate. 41 to go. There you go, 41. No trolls, the champ on today. And Rod, look, I had my little chat as well. I did say to the guys I probably was giving out miscommunications with regards of what I was hoping people would do with regards to kicking people out and what they should be banning people for. And I hope we cleared that one up now. Yeah, fingers crossed. We're still unbeaten at home. We lost our away unbeaten record. What team do you prefer, Man City or PSG? Oh, Jesus. Probably Man City, if I'm being honest, because I know so many Manchester City. See, the thing is, I had the utmost of respect for Manchester City when they went down through the divisions and their fans went with them and filled out Main Road and stuff. It's the newer Manchester City fans that do my fucking head in, whereas PSG are just a classless, soulless club. Just no time for them whatsoever. Awfully for Sam. Whew, that's very, very fucking unlikely, Luke, mate. She's coming back to Dublin. El Sambo. He's coming back to Dublin again. It's where he belongs. I might get tickets for that at Anfield, Craig. I hope so, Scotty. A few of us might be going for it actually if it happens. It's a fight that will be amazing. Craig, love the live streams. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Scott, mate. And apologies, guys, if I seemed a little bit off tonight. I'm just genuinely exhausted. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I haven't been getting much sleep either. I don't know, my mind's been going 100 miles an hour, so if I'm a little bit off tonight or I'm a little bit off colour or whatever, apologies. I'm just a bit tired. As you can imagine, Christmas has been busy, like for all of you guys as well. And I haven't been sleeping because I eat, sleep, and fucking drink Anfield Agenda. So when I'm trying to go to sleep, my mind is answering questions, believe it or not. Because I get off here, I wind down, then I go to bed, and I'm still answering questions in my head. And I'm still talking about comments. I'm thinking about things to talk about tomorrow. I'm thinking about new images for streams. I'm thinking about headlines for streams. I'm thinking about transfer gossip. It just never goes away. So apologies if I've been a little bit off tonight. A lot of colour. I'm just really tired. I'm old school City, 69 to 2019. Well then, low fat, there you go, pal. Oh, you're back in. Great, by the way. I haven't seen you in a while. Congratulations on last night. It kills me to say it, but you know what? You won the game, mate. Fair play. Obviously, I still want us to go on and win the fucking league, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be bitter about it. But yeah, old school Manchester City fans did follow them down through the division, selling out Main Road. That was proper, like that was proper fans. I know, you think you know what I'm talking about, mate, when I say the newer fans as well. There are some assholes that are just jumping on the bandwagon and just jumping on the gravy train. And right, guys, look, I am going to call it a night if that's okay. I can't keep my eyes open anymore and my voice has gone to fuck. And I hope you enjoyed your holiday, mate. I see there you're just saying you're on holiday, low fat, mate. I hope you had a good one. It's always nice to get away and recharge the batteries. On this one, guys, as I said, look, thank you. We're 41 subscribers away, so if you're watching this on playback later on, if you have a chance, please do hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everybody that watched tonight. Thank you for everyone that came on. Thank you for cheering me up, and I'm sure you guys have probably been helped a little bit as well, because look, last night was tough to take, but we'll get through this together. We'll move on. The Reds have another game on Monday night against Wolves in the FA Cup, and then we move ahead to play Brighton in the Premier League, where we look to put another 3 points on the board. Again, thank you to everyone for dropping in. Lots of love to all of you. Look after your families. Give your loved ones a hug and a kiss. And up the motherfucking Reds.